Congratulations to Cynthia Billy and Mike Hill. It was very beautiful and cute proposal. The whole puzzle, completion of putting the blended family together. I like that. It was a wine opening, so the wine bottle and popping bottles and the question mark. I thought all of that was cute. This review is going to focus on Cynthia Billy and Mike Hill and nothing else. All of the other side events were cute. I might add them in different videos, but we're just going to focus on Cynthia Billy and Mike Hill proposal and everything that happened at that event. And yes, I was very repetitive with some of the things that I said, but sometimes in order for you to make your point, you have to say the same thing a few times for people to get it, okay? So forgive me if I'm repetitive, but let's get into it. What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Vienna Entertainment News. Love is in the air. No one deserves this more than my sweet girlfriend, Cynthia Billy. Heart emoji, hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Cynthia responded, thank you, Portia. Heart emojis. All right. Kandi posted this picture of her and Cynthia, and she wrote, I hope y'all are in front of your TVs because tonight's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta is a good one. Don't miss it. Miss Cynthia Billy is about to become a Mrs. again. Cynthia responded to Kandi, love you, at Kandi, heart emojis, okay? Now, Eva didn't even post a picture of her and Cynthia, child. She posted a picture of herself and a picture with her husband, and all she wrote was simply, yay, at Cynthia Billy, her sunflower, and that emoji. Cynthia responded, love you, sunflower. Okay, Kenya Moore posted this picture right here. This is a picture of Kenya and Cynthia being on set of something new that they are filming. Okay, I'm going to include more pictures in a separate video that I did on Kenya Moore and her family coming up next. Okay, Kenya wrote, tonight on an all-new Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Billy, okay, the future Mrs. Hill, gets engaged. No one is happier for her than me. A lot of pettiness happens between us this season, but no one can come between us. My number one from day two, LOL, Coochie Crack, Real Housewives of Atlanta, writers, two queens. I love the friendship between you two. She legitimately cares for you and you care for her. You might have a disagreement now and then, but at the end of the day, the friendship is still there. Kenya responded, that's what sisters do. No room to hate. Now, before I get deeper in the video and break things all the way down, I'm going to read some comments from Kandi's page. She posted her speak on it. And I'm also going to read some comments from the Real Housewives of Atlanta fan pages, okay? So this person wrote, I think you took it a little overboard. She was shocked and it all came together. I agree. What Kenya said wasn't that far-fetched. It was Cynthia wine opening. Why would his whole family be there? It was the perfect setup. So even if Kandi didn't give Kenya a warning, I would have said the same thing. Someone else wrote a disgusting comment. I'm just going to read her response. She can, but not overboard to call her supposed to be friend a B word. Kenya can hold her excitement just across wrong. Exactly. The girl was smiling the whole night. The girl was happy in all of the pictures, all of the videos. She did not look jealous at all. How many of you, girl, my man just told me to get my nails done, dress up tonight, and we're going to a fancy restaurant. Girl, get your nails done. Girl, I think this might be the night. I mean, he wants your nails to be looking great for those engagement photos. How many of you have had that moment? Does that mean you're ruining your friend's proposal? No. Kandi texts Kenya, Mike is telling me to stay behind, don't leave yet. I think, and he's telling me something big is happening. I think he might propose. Kenya was basically saying, you know what? I agree with you because I'm literally here. Why is his family here? Like that person in the comment just wrote, why is his family here for a wine opening? A wine cellar opening. Why they here? I feel the same way. I just think people look for moments when it comes to Kenya Moore. She's a very easy target and a scapegoat, so it's easy. And that's why I said, I don't care if someone been there for you, listening to you, you've been crying on their shoulders. Sometimes you have to give people the side eye because, especially for the show to be over, for you guys to have conversations about it, and for you to still think your so-called friend was being malicious, for you to do your speak on it video and still think she was trying to ruin your friend engagement. And don't say in your video, you know what? The show is over. Conversations happened. And now that I think about it, I don't think Kenya will be that petty to mess up Cynthia Bailey engagement. You are still saying that you and Kenya are cool, but you're still standing on the fact that she was that malicious. Okay. Side eye, let me continue. And for the people saying, oh my gosh, Kenya Moore, and Kandi and Cynthia are your only two friends. If you lose them, what show have you been watching? This woman have stood 10 toes down by herself and took every single one of those women before anybody was her friend. I think she was too excited for her. She couldn't hold her breath. I don't think she means any evil or harm. Kenya loves Cynthia. We all know this, what this person meant. I love when some people have sense. Come through, people with sense. She was excited for her friend. That's how I saw it. And it's hardly a surprise when you've been assuring us all year it was going to be happening. Exactly. I never got hating from what I saw. Every clip of her during the proposal, she was smiling and seemed genuinely happy for her friend. People with sense. Thank you. The people that have common sense. Thank you. So happy for her, but so happy this story is over. Time for action now. I can't with you. Ooh, child, like I said, I'm happy for Cynthia and I hope it's genuine because, girl, you forced that man to propose. Oof. It wasn't that deep, though. I don't think Kenya did it on purpose. Maybe she was just happy and it just came out. Kenya's role is to be the villain. We all know this. It's about giving us something to talk about. That's why she posted on her own page that her and Cynthia are good. I feel like she knew, and I'm not talking about when Kenya said it. She did. They probably did a do-over for the cameras. Kenya's getting dragged for a replay. I didn't think it was all that serious. She could have held her tongue a bit, but it wasn't that serious in my opinion. She hinted to her friend. It was beautiful. I don't know why Kandi making Cynthia proposal about her boring bleep. Just looking for a moment. Cynthia only care getting her ring. Whether she knew ahead or not, she got her ring. That's all she wanted. Shut up, Kandi. She irritated me pressing for this proposal. For real, only to be divorced within a year and a half. Then she will be pressing the next man. Okay, I ain't gonna shade Cynthia. Okay, it's not that deep. Cynthia did say that she's about to be Mike Hill's third wife. Okay, so good luck, Cynthia. No comment. Not everybody is on the bully bandwagon. Let us all hate Kenya Moore. So shout out to those of you who are not on that bully bandwagon. Now, let me go back, and respond to the comments that Cynthia Bailey left on other people's pages. And so let's get into that. I don't put that much into social media, because I'm someone who there's a lot about my personal life as far as, relationships and all of that, that's not on social media. It doesn't mean that it's not happening off social media, okay? So I don't put a lot. But Cynthia Bailey is one of those people who she puts a lot into social media, okay? So there's no way you are on social media telling everyone thank you and you love them. I mean, Eva didn't even post a picture of the two of you and you posting I love you, sunflower. And there's no way you can tell me that you're able to see all of these posts after the episode, but not the one from someone you call a friend, who is Kenya Moore, to make a comment on. Now, I know some of you are going to be upset with my opinion. Some of you are going to say, Vena, you are so far up Kenya Moore's. You know what? That even when she's wrong, you don't say she's wrong, which is a lie. Go ahead and watch some of the videos. I always call Kenya out when she's wrong. I don't think she was wrong in this situation. And I'm looking at it from my standpoint and not even the Kenya Moore or the episode standpoint. If I'm your friend, if you even fix your lips to call me your friend, and you know what? I just got right into it and didn't even break it down. I'm hoping most of you watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bring it back. But for those of you who don't watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey, for a while now, she's dating Mike Hill, been talking about, wanting to get married to the point where she became very thirsty. Go ahead and watch all of my other reviews, looking at wedding dresses before he even proposed and all of that, okay? I want to stay focused and not going back and looking for pictures and putting them on the screen that make sense. So I'm not going to be pulling the wedding dress post and all of that. Go on the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist and watch those videos that I did, okay? But she was so thirsty for a proposal. Kandi said it. Kenya said it. Even Cynthia said it, okay? So Cynthia finally got the proposal on last night's episode, okay, of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mike Hill proposed, okay? So Cynthia is engaged, and I'm jumping right into it. The second hot topic of the night, I'm going to be doing a completely separate video because Nene Leakes decided to, be Kandi 2.0 tonight and do the speak on it and did her own video, and she talked about Kenya Moore and her husband. So I'm going to talk about that separately. I'm going to focus on this whole engagement situation in this episode, okay? So it's a 2-part review. So yes, Cynthia Bailey is engaged, all right? And so basically, Kenya been saying it for a while now. Cynthia, let that man propose. When he's ready to propose, he will propose, okay? Stop being thirsty, all right? Now, my thing is this. Okay, Kenya walked in, she sees everybody and she gets a gut feeling, all right, that he's going to propose. In that moment, Kandi sent her a text. She did not use the word. Kandi sent her a text that, Mike basically telling me to stay behind, all of that. I think, he's saying something big is going to happen. I think he's going to propose. Well, Kenya walked in feeling that way. So I'm not going to stop my gut feeling because you feel that way, Kandi. All right. Kenya never said, oh, he's definitely proposing. Oh, yes, he told me. He told Kandi. No, she said, I have a gut feeling. I, for one, feel like their conversation was longer than that. They were talking about Nene, okay? And then they went into something else. There's no way you're talking about Nene and then out of nowhere, Kenya just say, oh, and by the way, I have a gut feeling. I can guarantee you, because, they have Kenya in the role of playing the villain, okay? So I can guarantee you, at her opening, here you are opening another business. You're doing so well. And I can guarantee you, at her opening, she probably, Cynthia Bailey, started talking about a proposal and marriage and all of that again. And it's like, girl, this is your big moment. This is your opening. Focus on you. And I can guarantee you, Kenya jumped in and said, you know what? The man can propose anytime. He could propose tonight. He can propose anytime. I just have a gut feeling. Your family is here and all of that, right? Okay. This is where I was getting at when I had to stop myself and break down what's going on in the episode. This is my thing. If I'm your friend, if you even fix your lips to call me your friend, but yet you think I will ever do something to intentionally hurt you or sabotage you, have a nice life, I do not want to be your friend, because friends don't do that. So if I'm your co-worker, call me your co-worker. So I personally feel like Kandi was tamed too much. Let me also break down to you why Kenya Moore is a real friend to Cynthia Bailey, even though Kandi was just being extra. Okay, Kandi pulled Kenya away, inches away from Cynthia. Okay, Kenya, being a real friend, when she saw how upset Kandi was, what did she do? Pulled Kandi further away from the group where no one could hear them, no one could jump in, and no one could go back and ruin Cynthia Bailey opening, of her business. She pulled Kandi all the way to the opposite side of the room so that both of them can have a private conversation. Of course, a camera followed them. This is the second reason why Kenya Moore really do care for Cynthia Bailey and consider her a real friend. As Kandi is going off and raising her voice, I don't care how much Kenya Moore respect Kandi. Kenya could have easily said, listen now, Kandi, you can get all upset, but you're not going to talk to me in that way. You're going to chill. You're going to, your tone, all of that, right? But you know what? Kenya realized, I'm not going to add more fuel to this fire, okay? Because if word goes back that Kandi and Kenya are arguing for something that Kenya did and is happening at Cynthia Bailey event, it doesn't matter if Kenya Moore wasn't at fault, meaning she did not initiate this conversation. Everyone would have once again blamed Kenya. Here comes Kenya ruining another event, especially an event of her friend. So you know what Kenya Moore did as a real friend? She stood there and let Kandi have a moment, of course, because she was coming at Kenya Moore. So, of course, all of America and social media are applauding Kandi. I'm not dismissing Kandi's feelings. Kandi's feelings were valid. But my thing is, I'm even giving Kandi the side eye right now, because there's no way you of all people know how close Cynthia and Kenya, their relationship is and all of that. And you would think for a moment that Kenya Moore will want to ruin Cynthia Bailey engagement. What type of friend do you think she is? That's the reason why I'm just like, all of y'all are co-workers, honestly. And then Cynthia Bailey not responding. The good thing is, Kenya's heart is pure. That's all you can do. As long as your heart is pure and you meant no ill will, that's it. Put in the atmosphere and move on. However Cynthia wants to receive and all of that, do your thing. But those are not her friends if they think that she would want to ruin someone else's engagement. Those little things people didn't notice. Okay, if Kenya didn't care for Cynthia Bailey, she would have stood right there, inches away from Cynthia, let Kandi scream and have her moment, okay, and ruin Cynthia Bailey event. Instead, she pulled Kandi to the opposite side of the room. No one, all of those nosy girls, no one knew what happened. No one ran back and said, Cynthia not trying to mess up the event, but Kenya and Kandi in the corner over there arguing. No one knew. And Cynthia Bailey knew her engagement was coming, and she was still surprised, and everything still went on great. I just feel like it was teamed too much. That's just my opinion, because I don't think Kenya meant it in a malicious way. What is Kenya gaining from saying to Cynthia, I have a gut feeling? Is it the fact that Mike Hill text Kandi and talk to Kandi and not Kenya? So people feel like, oh, Kenya supposed to be Cynthia Bailey's best friend, but yet Mike is talking to Kandi. Common sense. If Kenya is Cynthia Bailey's best friend and Mike is not telling her, it's because Mike Hill knows they talk all the time. And sometimes when you blurt things out, it's not because you're being malicious, it's because you're being excited. The same reason why Kenya Moore did not tell Cynthia Bailey about getting married or anything. It's because you are in the middle of a conversation, you're excited, someone says something and you're not even thinking about it, and it just come out, oh yeah, by the way, Kenya Moore is married, Kenya's engaged. Kenya is what? Oops, I wasn't supposed to share that. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Can you please promise me you won't tell anybody? All of those things are possible for people to do, especially when they are that close. So Mike not telling Kenya, it's no big deal at all. And based on how Nene treated Cynthia Bailey and vice versa, Mike probably don't even trust any of these ladies. So he's not even looking at Kenya Moore right now as that's your friend. Based on Nene and Cynthia been friends for a longer period of time before Kenya Moore even came in the picture. So he's like, if your friend Nene, if y'all can go through that, yeah, I ain't telling Kenya Moore nothing, because number one, I'm just getting to know her. I don't even know her like that and all of that. But yeah, that's where I'm coming from, okay? If any of y'all have friends who accuse you of something malicious, that's not your friend. Have a nice life. And that's where Kandi threw me off, okay? Kenya did not tell Cynthia Bailey because, oh, I want to get one up on Kandi. I want to prove that I knew, because people will be dramatic like that and say, oh, Kenya was just jealous that Mike Hill reached out to Kandi and not her, and so she had to one up Kandi. What is she gaining? If you pay attention to Kenya Moore, she's very strategic in her movements and what she does, okay? She's not here for Milo, right? Okay. Moorhead here got into over 2,200 stores, Sally beauty stores, because it's quality product. Go on YouTube right now and type in Kenya Moore hair care, and you will hear it from people. Kenya is not paying me. I can't stand her, but I'm not going to lie. Her products are amazing. The reviews are crazy. No one is going to sit around and lie, especially for Kenya Moore. No, they hate her so much. Her products are good. She did not need the Real Housewives of Atlanta to sell her products. If anything, the Real Housewives of Atlanta hurt her brand by bringing somebody on to drink out of a bottle that the producers give her filled with water. So if anything, the show hurt her brand and did not help her brand, okay? So going to Milo's event, you knew one was going to get under Milo's skin, and she don't like, she's not here for Milo anyway, says nothing to her, but it was going to make the show exciting. It was going to bring views, okay? And she was going to get her product out there in a hilarious way. So that worked. When she gave the doll to Portia, it's because it was going to make the episode less boring. It was going to bring in views, and it was fun shade. No big deal. When Kenya wasn't on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Nene went and did all of those interviews, Kenya did not say one word about Nene or the show. Why? Bravo did not cut a check. So why am I going to give anybody free press when I'm promoting my products? She went on all of these different shows on her name, Kenya Moore, the brand, not because of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she promoted her products without shading or mentioning those girls. She talked about the show and then she moved on. But baby, when Bravo cut that check, Kenya let loose in her interviews, and every interview she had a response for Nene Leakes. Why? Because she got a check. Do you see Kenya randomly on a Wednesday just on Twitter? Absolutely not. When do you see Kenya Moore on Twitter? during the episode, because it's going to make the show trend, it's going to lead to her trending, and it's going to make people tune in to watch the show. Okay? She only does things when it makes sense and when she's being strategic. What was she gaining from ruining Cynthia Bailey's engagement? Absolutely nothing. And once again, I'm going to make this point for the 150th time. If that was her intention, she would have had a screaming match with Kandi. She would have been loud as hell for everyone in that room to hear her, and she would have ruined her friend opening. But she didn't. She calmly pulled Kandi to the opposite side of the room. That's a real friend. You, Kandi, are not about to ruin Cynthia's moment by all this stuff you're doing right here. Because for you to consider me a friend as well, and to think I would intentionally want to mess up our friend event, you're not a friend. Why would you think your friend would be that evil? If you can even in your mind think a friend of yours is that evil, that's not your friend. That's my point I'm trying to make. If you think your friend can be that petty, that is not your friend. Now, what Kenya did to Marlo, they're not friends. Wow. I'm at the end of the video and this just hit me. Oh my goodness. I completely understand why Kandi got that mad and why Kandi think that Kenya Moore will be that malicious to Cynthia Bailey. Kandi Burruss was best friend with Phaedra Parks. Oh my God, why did it not hit me at the beginning of my video? But I'm not going to edit anything I said previously. Kandi was BFF with Phaedra Parks. We know that. She considered that woman a sister, your best friend. To be so mad at you when your friendship ended, to say you will rape somebody, allegedly, that you would drug and rape somebody. You know what? I get it. Phaedra did the ultimate low down, dirty betrayal. Like, she did Kandi so dirty. Kandi is still not healed from that. To this day, she's still putting her foot down that if Phaedra comes back, she will leave the show. And Andy and Bravo knows that, and they don't play when it comes to their Kandi, okay? I completely understand why Kandi would think that friendships like that exist, that there are friends who will be that malicious to do something to ruin your event. Phaedra almost ruined her life. Ding, ding, ding. I get it now. Okay, Kandi. So your frustration and your anger is you're still feeling emotional from what Phaedra did to you. So you think there are other people out there who will do the same things to their friends. That's in not rape, but as not rape allegations. Okay, that's the lowest of the low. I mean, as in being that malicious. It all makes sense now. Okay, moving right along. And some healing. I'll say a prayer for you, because Phaedra did a number on her, and I completely understand now. Okay, she even said in her Speak on It video that she don't really have side conversations with some of the girls off the show because she's been burned before and all of that. I get it. I completely understand her reaction now. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think about that before. But listen, I'm all here for people keeping it real, regardless if it's your friend. If your friend does something wrong, you should be able to tell them about themselves. And if all of you are true friends, everyone would move on, okay? So I applaud Kandi for saying this is how I feel, and I'm going to tell you how this moment made me feel. But but I don't think Kenya was being malicious, and I think Kandi was wrong in her assessment. But like I said, it just hit me that someone she considered a sister did something so disgusting to her that, and this is someone from the show, okay? So I completely understand why Kandi don't really trust these girls on the show. Even if you and someone are no longer friends, if you once consider that person like so close that this is my sister, you don't go that low to say. I completely understand Kandi insecurities, in that. So for her being able to tell a friend about themselves, I applaud her. Like I said, always keep it real with your friends. And once that whole message came to me about the whole Phaedra situation, I get it now. And look, like I said, I don't put that much into social media. Maybe Cynthia Bailey is going to respond this morning, whatever. A response is not a big deal to me. I'm just saying that the fact that her so-called friend didn't hear from her, it could have been off social media. Hell, Cynthia Bailey could be playing into this whole storyline and this whole narrative, for the fans. You never know what these people are doing behind the scenes. She could also be like, Kenya girl, we're cool, but I'm not going to respond on your page because people will pick that up and think we're beefing when we're not. It could all be for the show. But from the outside looking in, remove the show, remove storylines and all of that from it. If Cynthia didn't respond, and being all cool with Kenya and she's in her feelings, then I'm just saying, Kenya, reevaluate your friendships. That's all I'm saying. But like I said, Kenya's heart is pure. She wasn't coming from a malicious place, and so that's all you can do. Let your friend know, girl, please, it wasn't that deep. And then move on. And hopefully, Kenya, when they come for you at the reunion, you make your point with everything I just said. If I wanted to make Cynthia Bailey engagement and moment about me, I wouldn't have pulled Kandi aside. I wouldn't have been calm while Kandi stood there and talked to me like I was a 5-year-old. I would have added to the situation by screaming at Kandi and checking her right back. But I didn't. I stood there, let Kandi have her moment, and then that was it, because I wasn't about to ruin my friend engagement. If that's what I wanted to do, I would have screamed right back at Kandi, and I would have did that in front of everybody, and everyone in the group would have known that Kandi and I were arguing. Once again, Kenya Moore ruined her friend event. Did I do that? No. And when they come for her at the reunion, I hope, Kenya Moore just, what, listen, man, Cynthia is my friend. I don't understand the reason why I would want to ruin her engagement. I was simply excited for her, and that's it. I hope she doesn't try to cover up for Kandi and Bravo and make herself look like a fool, because I know deep down she did not do anything intentionally to mess with her friend engagement like she posted on social media. And when Cynthia Bailey respond, if she does or not, I will do a video on it. It's no big deal, but I'm just, posting what I observed. I also thought Eva Marcel fun shade was cute when she was about to make her little speech, very short, at Cynthia Bailey event. She made sure she wasn't, overstepping. She was like, Kenya, do you want to say anything first? Like, we're sharing this friend now. You know how Kenya jokingly grabbed the mic at, Cynthia Bailey last event that caused all the mess. So I thought that moment was cute, but I did say I wasn't going to speak on any side situations. I will do it in a separate video. So before I end this long review, I hope Andy Cohen and Bravo, my girl, next season check and raise better be amazing, or I won't be surprised if she quit again and quit for good. Because when I tell you, good or bad, Kenya Moore is the reason why everyone is talking about this show. Go on social media. Go on Twitter. If it's not about her marriage, it's about what happened, at the event. Last week, it was something else. She is literally carrying this show on her back, So my girl, check, better be amazing. It was already amazing this season. Don't believe the hype of all of the incorrect, information that was out there, She got a good enough raise and they wanted her back. But I'm expecting an even bigger raise because of her. Y'all show is trending every single Sunday. Okay? Yes, the other girls are bringing it, but Kenya Moore is bringing it. Okay? All right, and that's it. Well, I'm wishing all of the ladies nothing but the best. I hope you guys enjoyed the little break I gave you on Kenya Moore and the Real Housewives of Atlanta with the Safari video and the Mariah Carey and the Serena Williams, because the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos is going to be about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya Moore, and I might throw in some Married to Medicine in there. And here, my Fina loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.